So a lot of times I go for events and I hear people make this statement that payments is solved. Well, I don't think so, right? And that is because you can't say payments is solved when there can be a whole continent that is cut out of the payment rails in the world. And when I talk about a whole continent, I mean Africa is that continent that mostly is cut out of the whole payment rails in the world. And I understand the fact that we have a number of fraudulent people that are quite popular. I mean, there was a story of Hush Puppy. If you're in America and you don't know him, or you're in some other parts of the world and you don't know, just check for Raymond Abbas. In short, if you search for Hush Puppy, you should see a lot about him, right? And I think in 2020 he was arrested for fraud and stuff, and that affected a lot of us, a lot of developers, a lot of remote workers who just wanted to make their money working for foreign companies, right? And a lot of people got laid off because Raymond Abbas, I mean, Hush Puppy happened, right? And a lot of companies couldn't trust Nigerians. I know recently I've seen another tweet. I'll put it up here. I'll search for it and put it up here. I've seen another tweet about somebody who spoke about how even maybe as little as $1 was getting stolen by some. This one in this case is Nigerians. I'm Nigerian, so yeah. In this case was some Nigerians, and he was saying they'll cut hiring for Nigerians. They'll stop hiring Nigerians. I understand all of that, right? But you can't say payments is solved if people are cut out of the payments. I mean, if people are completely cut off from accessing those payment platforms, it's not solved for us then. And this is why I say I have a payments problem. I have an app that I created, and Paddle has turned down my app, probably because of security reasons or something. I don't know. Basically, I can't use Paddle for that particular application because I know I activated it before for one of the applications. So they said I can't use Paddle for that particular application, and I think it's because I have to gain access to people's repositories. They have to grant me access to repositories, and I'll do some things. They probably consider it unsafe for the users, probably because I'm in Nigeria. Because I mean, what's the name of this company now? Code Rabbit. Yes, Code Rabbit is in the US. They connect to people's GitHub repositories, people's Bitbucket repositories, and the likes, and they do code analysis on all those, on all those repositories, the code that those people push, right? They analyze the code and give them PRs feedback. And my application is something similar, right? But just for a different use case. But as it turns out, I'm actually blocked out. Paddle says no, I don't have access to Stripe because Stripe already blocked out Nigeria a long time ago. And for me to create a Stripe account, I mean, I could create it for free, but for me to actually use the Stripe account, I would have to be in the United States, right? Or I would have to have an American business. So register as an American business through their Atlas, which is around $500 subscription every year or something like that. Which for me, I mean, I told you about Africa in one of my earlier videos, right? It's a lot of money. I could show you, I mean, the minimum wage here is about, in Nigeria here, is about 70,000 naira, which is just about $50, right? So no, I can't pay $500 a year to Stripe until I'm sure my business is actually making that much. So what do I do? PayPal has cut us off, Stripe cut us off, Paddle has blocked it. They don't want to accept my particular application. But I think it's not just me having the payments problem. I think it's a whole Africa has a payments problem, right? For African countries, yes, we are solving our own payments problem. For instance, Paystack and Flutterwave heavily solved the payments problem for Nigeria, and Kenya has M-Pesa, and other countries have. I mean, Senegal has Wave and all of that, right? So payments is being solved locally, but then for international payments, not remittances now, international payments, for those of us building apps to be able to receive payments via APIs from Americans, from the British guys, from Russians, from people all over the world, using the American rails, American payment providers. we don't have access to that, right? And it's a very sad situation. I wish we did, and I don't know what to do right now because yeah, the alternative is just to use Paystack. Paystack is a Stripe owned company, and I mean it's really good, but what I don't know is brand acceptance, right? Will Americans accept PayPal? They know Stripe, they know Paystack. They know Stripe, they know PayPal, they probably know Lemon Squeezy. But the question is whether the Americans know Paystack and are willing to pay me using Paystack. If people are using to pay me using Paystack, I won't mind. I mean, I won't use any other payment provider. Paystack is perfect for me. But um yeah, I don't know if Americans would accept. I might try it and maybe use advertisements or maybe put a line under it saying Paystack is a Stripe company, it's a company owned by Stripe, and maybe people will pay. But yeah, that's what is going on. We have a payments problem in Africa. I have a payments problem right now because I need to launch these applications and I want them to go out with payments integrated so that people who come and want to use the application can pay me, right? And I can benefit for my work and they can enjoy the application. They can benefit from the services being rendered. I've tried Lemon Squeezy, but it's obvious there is going to be a lot of issues there. I registered, and after registering and doing a little bit of stuff and requesting for approval, it's been over 3 months. I've not gotten any response from them. So clearly, Lemon Squeezy is not in the conversation either. So yes, um, let me know what you think. I'd really appreciate any feedback or any information that can help me succeed and push out this app. Cheers.